Welcome to another episode. Today's question is, how do I live without any hope and expectations? I'll repeat the question. How do I live without any hope and expectations? We all have hope. When we are stuck up, when we are at the end of the rope, we have hopes. But hope is fallacy. It is the expectation that by some magic problems will go away. You think by some magic all the problems will go away. Everything will become alright. But that is not going to happen. That never happens. Though it can give you psychologically some positive notes, taking you out of depression. But actually it is not going to happen. So after this hope, you will be depressed much more when your problems are not getting solved, but it is mounting. So what is important is to understand the problem in hand and correct it. Not to have a hope, but to solve the problem at the hand and come out of it. Hope is always in the future, not in present. Here we are not telling you to become despondent without hope, but to understand your strengths, reality, and work on it. Normal life in the world is ruled by fear and hope. Come out of both. On God, Total Freedom. On God and Total Freedom, 2 books from J.Krishnamurti. We will tell you some quotes from that. The moment I introduce the word hope, there is feeling of future. There is the ending of the me as time. So there is no hope. All that is gone, finished, ended. In the ending of it, there is a sense of nothingness, which is so. And nothingness is this whole universe. If I understand it, then there is no need for hope. It is only as long as I do not understand how to bring about the solution of a particular problem that I depend on a myth, on an idea of hope. If you observe your own mind, you will see that when you are in discomfort, in conflict, in misery, your mind seeks away out of it, away from it. The process of going away from the problem is the creation of the hope. The mind going away from the problem creates fear. The very movement of going away, the flight from the problem is fear. I am in despair because I have done something which is not right, or some misery comes upon me, or I have done a terrible wrong, or my son is dead, or I have very little to eat. My mind not being able to resolve the problem creates a certainty, something to which it can cling, an image which it carves by the hand or mind, or the mind clings to Guru, to a book, to an idea which sustains me in my difficulties, in my miseries, in my despair, and so I shall have a better time next life, and so on and on. As long as I am not capable of solving my problem, my sorrow, I depend on hope. It is indispensable. Then I fight for that hope. I do not want anyone to disturb that hope, that belief. I make that belief and I cling to that because of that. I derive happiness because I have not been able to solve the problem, which becomes the necessity. So what is the necessity is solving the problem, not having a hope. Unless you solve the problem, your problems don't go away. You have to solve it. Just to have a hope that somehow it will get resolved is not going to solve that problem. Now, can I solve the problem? If I can understand the problem, then hope is not necessary. Then depending on an idea or an image or a person is not necessary. Because dependence implies hope, implies comfort. So the problem is whether hope is indispensable, whether I can resolve my problem, whether there is a way to find out how not to be in sorrow. That is my problem, not how to dispense with hope. I started out with the establishment of hope, saying that is essential because without hope I am lost. So my mind is occupied with hope. I occupy it with hope. But that is not my problem. My problem is the problem of sorrow, of pain, of mistakes. Is even that my problem, or is my problem how to approach the problem itself? So what is important is how the mind regards the problem. The thing is, we fill up our mind with hope. And what actually is problem? Problem of our mistakes. So filling it with hope without solving the problem is not going to help in any way. The problem is not going to disappear. It is going to be there. So hope is of no use. So this is what is J.Krishnamurti trying to tell. Next we will see Beloved, the Beloved, Volume 2 from Osho. Maturity happens when you start living without hope. Hope is childish. You become mature when you don't hope into future. In fact, you are mature when you don't have any future. You just live in the moment because that is the only reality there is. In the past, religion used to talk about hereafter. Those were the childish, immature days of religion. Now religion talks about here and now. Religion has come of age. In the Vedas, in Quran, in the Bible, the hereafter is the basic goal. But now man is no longer that childish. That sort of God and that sort of religion is dead. It was a religion of hope. It was a religion of future. Now another sort of religion is asserting itself all over the world. And this religion is about here and now. The present. There is nowhere else to go and there is no other space and no other time to live. Only this space and this time. Here and now. Life has to become very, very intense in this moment. A man who lives in hope dissipates life. He spreads life. It becomes too thin. And when it becomes too thin, it is never happy. Happiness means intensity, tremendous depth. If you spread your hope into future, life will become very thin. It will lose depth. When I say drop all hope, I mean so intense in the moment that there is no need for the future. Then there is a turning, a transformation. The very quality of time changes for you. It becomes eternal. What can you do with hope? In fact, what can you hope? You cannot hope for the new. You can only hope for the old, that which has happened before. Maybe with little modification here and there, a little more decorated, but hope is nothing but past. You have lived something, you have experienced something, and you again and again hope for it. It is a repetition, it is a circular. Hope means simply projecting the past into future again. You loved a man yesterday. You want to love the man tomorrow also. And you know that yesterday was not a fulfillment. Hence the hope. Yesterday was not enough. Hence the hope. You missed something yesterday. Now that missed gap is torturing you. It is creating agony. You hope that again and again tomorrow, that man will be available to love you, and tomorrow you will really love. But between yesterday and tomorrow is today. If you really want to love, then why not here now, today? Otherwise, when today will have become another yesterday, you will again start projecting it. Incomplete experience. Here what he is trying to tell us, whatever you have to do it today. If what happened on yesterday, if you start thinking today, and hoping that it will become alright tomorrow again will become another yesterday. Instead of that, you have today. Whatever you have to do it now, in the present. Don't project it to future. That is also going to become a past. Uncompleted desires are projected. If you really love totally this moment, you will never think about this moment again. It is finished. It is complete. It is perfect. It disappears. It leaves no trace on you. The present leaves no trace if you live it completely. So there is no need for any hope or so you live with this, like living in the present. You live without hope or expectations. This is how you live without hope or expectations. With this, we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.